Hey, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. What up guys, this is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we'll be doing an unboxing video together. We'll be reviewing the BWFC or the Banpresto World Figure Colosseum 2018 Volume 2 by Banpresto. So this Volume 2 features SANJI, which is the second figure in the series following o-soba, which I previously reviewed. Now let me just be honest straight up, I wasn't intending to get this figure in the first place because once I saw the figure when it was released, saw videos and photos, there were certain parts of the figure that I personally wasn't satisfied with, and also for some reason I think the universe wants me to review this, so I actually won this on Toruba, and here we are. So let's just take a quick look at the box first. Here we see an image of SANJI. Here we have the series name. Over here, character name. It's kind of funny that they actually put Banpresto World Figure Colosseum 2 here instead of 2018. So I guess it really depends on what you want. This is a side view. This is the other side, and you can see there's two variants. This is a color version, which is the one we're reviewing, and here it is the monochrome version. And of course the sculptor name is over here, and just the back view is just like a more blown up image of the one that we see on the front. Top view, our golden toy sticker here to prove its authenticity. Nothing much to talk about the bottom. As you can see, it's all sealed. We're gonna open it together. Right, let's go. We have taken out the parts of this figure, and there's a total of 4 parts. We have a base. It goes BWFC Banpresto World Figure Colosseum, so pretty similar to the one from the o-soba figure, I would think. The next we have his head. Just comes on its own like this. Hair's pretty spiky, and the rest of his body is the third part, and his cape. So let's just try putting this figure together. I think the cape goes on first, like this, and you can see there's a hole here. Just kind of push it in. Yep, looks about right. And let's put a head on. Goes on like that, and finally put it onto the base. There we go. This is how the figure looks like when it's all pieced up, but first let's have a closer look. Let us talk about the face first, the head. One of the issues that I had when I saw the release of this figure was that basically the gum over here in the teeth, some of them is painted really low, so more than halfway down the space. That looks absolutely weird. There's no way gums look like that. But I'm glad that mine is not too bad. It's not too exaggerated. I've seen worse, really. Just inconsistencies with their paint job in the factory or whatever. And other than that, I think the face is pretty alright. The prints on his eyebrow and his eyes look a little bit cheap for some reason, but I guess it's still okay. His cigarette is actually over here, and it's kind of like hovering from his mouth. It's actually attached to the hair to have the kind of speaking or yowling effect, which is pretty cool. I don't think we have seen anything like this before. And the rest of his hair is actually also pretty alright. Just that it's pretty rough on the edges, as you can see in areas like this all over here. They could have made it smoother, sand it better or something. So they just might complain about the hair. And at the back here, you can see basically is more well done. It's actually spiky, like I mentioned previously. So good quality on the sculpt. Shading wise is also going along with the darker shade kind of thing instead of a bright yellow hair. But I guess that's just the color scheme and the style. Next, let's talk about the rest of his body, starting from his chest. So I think when you look at his shirt here, it's funny because all the buttons are kind of out of shape. I think it's too small for them to paint, but this is just kind of weird. I think I wish they could have done a better job. But other than that, when you look at the creases on his shirt, I think it's really well done. Really well done. It goes across both to this side and towards the back, and it really gives it a very realistic look. Even on the sleeves itself, I think it's a job well done. And of course on his hands, you can see the bracelet bomb that they put on him in the show. And his fingernails are lightly painted, which is pretty alright. Pretty okay to me. So only complaint is the buttons. No idea why they did such a bad job here. Alright, next let's just talk about the pants first. Sorry for being so shaky because I can't just find a good position to put him down and using the camera to film it, so it's kind of shaky all around. But here we have a generally black painted pants across. No shading as far as I can tell. The belt itself is of course painted with a glowy reflective paint, so that's something different. Kind of matches well with the top, but once again the creases, very realistic kind of move by their side. And the shoes, how am I gonna show the shoes? I don't know how to twist this anymore. Maybe I'll show this one instead. So this is the other pants. Alright. Yeah, and I think a lot of people had complained about basically the way his legs are angled, or maybe, or rather this leg is angled. There's a bend here that a lot of people complain. I guess his knee is here because it looks like he broke his knee or something. No one can actually bend their legs so weirdly in this position. So it'd be slightly better if it's just straight up. Yeah, but I guess they just really want to show the movement. And given how flexible this is, I think that you can heat it up using a hairdryer or something and try to bend it yourself. Okay. Last but not least, let's just take a look at a cape, starting from this part at the front. They give it this is like a golden strings or whatever to hold the cape together. So this part is relatively alright, nothing much to talk about. But the cape itself is just pure red. I don't think there are shadings. Maybe, yeah, I don't think there are major shadings or anything. But the flow of it, as you can see, it just goes all the way down. And for the first time, I think we have seen them using something like the cape as the main supporting stand itself. So this is just really interesting and very creative. I hope that more sculptors can go along this route. I think it's better than those ugly random sticks sticking out from the base. But ultimately, if I were to choose, I would choose no base at all. I have taken out some other figures of SANJI, but first let's take a look at the height of this figure first. So from the base upwards to the top of his leg, it's around 24 cm or 9.5 inches. If you discount the base, then just take it to be around 23.5 cm and 9 1/3 inches, around there. And as you can see, this is POP SANJI, this is Grantista SANJI, and this is Masterlize SANJI. So this figure itself is kind of in its own scale. It doesn't really match up with any of the series here, or in fact with any figure from my collection on my shelf. I was actually hoping that it kind of looked good with the Creator X Creator series, like those sitting down, or even a Zorro, but doesn't look like it's gonna match up at all, because this Sanji is just a little bit too skinny and a little bit smaller, so doesn't look good at all. I heard that this one matches well with the Zorro from BWFC last year, I think, from one of the commenters on my video. So I don't own that figure, but let me know what you guys think about how this figure matches with certain figures from your collection. And now we compare the figure with the picture that we got from the prototype. Let's see any differences. I think first of all, the shirt color, this is just pure white as we can see, but here is more of the shiny reflective paint. The hair itself is of course also more crisp and clearly sculpted here compared to the actual product that we got. The gum issue that we see here is actually a lot better than the one we have here. Here it's just like one huge blot over there. So that's one of the parts that's kind of different. And the kit itself, the golden lace or golden thread or whatever you call this here, is also a lot more detailed, a lot more beautiful than the actual product that we got here. Not as good. Yeah, but that's just generally what I can see from this picture. To sum it up, I think this figure will look good on its own, because it will be very difficult to find figures to match with this guy in terms of scale, in terms of size. But if not, I think you put him with your Sanji figures, like as you have seen previously, they will look really good together. So main issues on this figure is the gum painting, which they could have done a better job here, and also the legs. His right leg bending awkwardly. I think it's very obvious in this angle. It's just bent too much towards the side. Look a lot better if it's straight up like this. So maybe I'll do a bit of heat work to try to bend it back, and even here as well is a little bit too bent inwards from the knee up. So this could just be either like a packing issue, because the way they pack it, it might be bent after some time, or it could be a sculpt issue. Alright, I think generally it is a really good figure. You don't get too many dynamic Sanjis out there. It's always him just standing around smoking, but this is just pretty cool, him fighting in a fighting stance and looking really angry, especially his hair really shows it. I think if you are a Sanji fan, you'll definitely be wanting to get this figure. But if you're an average collector, think about the issues that I've mentioned and whether or not you're okay with it. But of course, this is really cool, and the cape as the supporting stand is just really brilliant, really amazing. Alright, that's all I have, guys. So once again, let me know what you guys think about this figure. I would love to hear your comments and your views. Post them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications button. So thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. For the upcoming month or so, I'll be pretty busy. So I will just do videos whenever I can find the time to do. Maybe when I have new figures that come along. But till then, stay tuned. Thank you guys, and see you again. Bye bye.